What'd you think of that 7-run inning you guys had? I guess it's second inning.
It was a great inning for us offensively. They made a mistake. We jumped all over it. They had a ground ball to second that was kind of in the hole, and second baseman decided to try to get the force out at second. It had been bang, bang with a perfect throw, and throw was off just a little bit. It got away from it, and all of a sudden we had a runner at second and third and nobody out. Probably the play was just to, get the out at first. And it just seemed like after that we really got it rolling. And obviously we worked count a lot, got his pitch count up. Chad worked that count there, I think, full, and, hit a 3-2 pitch out of the park, and all of a sudden we had a 7-run lead. It was amazing. It was a great inning.
How much stock do you put into the fact that you're in first place at the midway point of the conference season?
I mean, it's where you want to be. We got 15 left. It's not like we're not jumping for joy. We haven't even talked about it. We've never mentioned where we are in the standings to our players because, number one, they know, and we just continue to try to go week by week. This week we got to go. We got Memphis twice and then head to Auburn. So, but it's where you want to be. It's where you want to be at the end of every week, and we're only halfway there. A lot of work to do.
Are you surprised to be 11-4? I mean, if somebody, I assume you'd have taken that if somebody offered you that before this.
Yeah, I think probably any coach in the league would for the most part. Because you never know how it's going to go here. You see teams that are struggling like Georgia, who's got 5 or 6 players that anybody in the league would love to have, and are going to be really good. Some of them are young and they're struggling. They're finding ways to not win games, and I've been on that side. It's frustrating, and you question everything you do. And on the other hand, we're 11-4, and just playing good. Got most of the wins we were supposed to get. Maybe we got one we shouldn't, and we let one go that we shouldn't have let go. But bottom line, we're still hanging in there with the rest of the guys at the top of the pack.
Just with the bullpen you used last night, these games coming up, how important was Cops?
He was big. I even mentioned that to him after the game in front of the team that, he gave us 5+ innings, got us out of a jam with a double play ball, then got himself out of a jam with another double play ball. And for him to finish that game, gives us some more options Tuesday and Wednesday instead of having to double up a guy or two and pretty much take them out of the equation or, the possibility of pitching on Tuesday or Wednesday. So it was big for us.
Well, what was the key to him going, shutting him out for 5 2/3?
Well, he's throwing a cutter about 84, 82, 84, 86. Straight fastball today. It looked like it wasn't as hard as normal. It was 87, 88. But he just, except for a couple innings when he walked a leadoff man on 4 pitches. But other than that, he threw a lot of strikes. And when he did make a mistake or walk somebody, he seemed to throw the perfect pitch. And we turned those into double plays or outs. That quick 8th inning was big. I think he got 2 outs on 2 pitches, and then that 3rd out on maybe, a few more. So, but I think the key was that he competed hard and he pitched with a lead, and he just threw a lot of strikes and said, "Hey, hit it." And for the most part, we fielded it.
He came in at a pretty pivotal point. The bases were loaded, 1 out. He needed 1 pitch to get you all out of that inning. I wonder what you thought about that sequence.
Well, that was the hitter of the game for us as far as our pitchers versus them. It just looked like that. He got it in on the hitter a little bit, got that double play ball, and we had just punched in 7 runs, and I think we were up 7-1 or 2, whatever the score was, and it looked like hey, they're going to be right back in this thing. They're going to score a couple more. With a lot of momentum, and for him to get that double play ball really threw the momentum back into our dugout. It was a huge pitch.
Did you try anything different on Curry today? I think he was 0 for 4 today.
He had 2 balls into that wind that were hit pretty good. I don't know if they'd have gone out of the park. I mean, he takes a violent swing, and he's very strong. But we threw some cutters and some fastballs away. And first inning, Josh Alberius, got him with a couple of really nice changeups that started out knee high and kind of rode down. And, so, yeah, we just tried to keep it away from him as best we could. And we actually maybe pitched him backwards. There were a couple of pitches were thrown when we were behind in the count instead of going, that we went with off-speed pitches instead of fastballs, and kept him off balance pretty good.
Any particular reason why you went with Lee today and gave Arledge the day off?
Pretty much because he deserved to be in the lineup after what he did last night. And the other reason is their starting pitcher really struggled against left-handed hitters, so we just loaded up on him.
Dave, I get you're only halfway through the conference season, but especially given last year, how significant is it to do what you're doing?
Well, it's obviously it's a good feeling knowing that we've won as many games as we have after the way we finished last year. It's just big for the program and for our players that were in the program last year that suffered through it, and it just it's just good. Bottom line, it's what we need.
Cole, the last couple of games, what have you thought about what he's been able to do?
Eric's been really good, both sides of the plate. Man, his batting average is really getting up there now. I mean, it's a guy that we thought he was a pretty darn good hitter, and it wasn't happening. And not even hitting 200 3 weeks ago, and now he's up 250 or whatever he is, a little more. And between Eric and Spanberger, those guys have climbed out of the sub 200 batting averages and really have helped us. And Bonfield stayed steady, and Fletcher struggled a little bit, so it's helped us there. And I think being able to set Fletcher down a little bit and maybe even set Arledge down a little bit because he struggled a little bit lately, and have some guys step it up. But it's good to have a switch hitter hitting from both sides of the plate doing a good job, especially when I can hit him down in the order like that.
His batting average from the right side was pretty low coming into this series, but a lot of his hits were from that side. What did you think about being able to turn it around?
Big time. I mean, he hitting about 100 against, I guess, the left-handed pitchers, and that's not what we've seen from him. And so I think it's going to hopefully start evening out, and it looks like it is. So to be able to use him against left-handed pitchers is big for us because we have a lot of left-handed hitters. Sometimes we may need another right-handed hitter or two, and Eric brings both to the lineup.
Cox has had some short outings. To see him go as long as he did today, you feel like he's starting to
a couple of those short outings were just, in our opinion, coaching staff, he just mentally wasn't ready out there. He was a little nervous, and Coach Johnson's had some pretty good conversation with him about just when you take the mound in a game, whether we're up 2, down 2, it needs to be a certain way, and I think it's helped him a lot. Just going through some growing pains, and hopefully he'll continue to do what he did today, be consistent, and pitch a little bit of an attitude.
What do you expect to see from Memphis this week?
Well, Memphis is a much improved team over last year. They've won some pretty good midweek games this year. I saw where they scored 10 runs yesterday, and I think it'll be a good challenge playing somebody back to back like that in the middle of the week. Obviously, both teams are in the middle of conference play, so you can't use too much. You got to have somebody step it up, a younger guy, or maybe somebody that doesn't pitch on the weekends has got to give you 5 innings here and there if at all possible. It'd be nice if you just could score some runs, but it'll be a big challenge to play Memphis back-to-back nights like that.